The number of single-parent families in Britain has nearly tripled over the last 40 years, and the number of adults living alone has doubled over the same period. They're just some of the latest statistics from the ONS. Well, Sophie Hutchinson is here. So big changes, first of all, to family life.
Well, yeah, this report is very interesting. It shows that in just 40 years there have been some really quite marked changes. For example, families, as you were saying, they've shrunk in size, and in part that's due to the rise of one-parent families. Now, have a look at these statistics. 8% of families had just one parent in 1971. That's risen to 22% today. So it's almost 3 times as many in that situation. And there are also more one-person households. If you have a look at the statistics, just 2% of adults lived alone 40 years ago. Nowadays, that's risen to 10%. So a really quite significant increase there.
And also big changes as well, just in terms of health, drinking, smoking.
Absolutely. There have been some literally life-saving improvements to our lives. If you look at it over the past 40 years, the statistics show us, we could have a look, 45% of adults smoked in the early 1970s. Well, that's dropped now, if we have a look at that, to 20% today, so quite a significant drop. And it seems that the health warnings around drinking may be beginning to work. Have a look at the statistics here. We can show you that 18% of adults drank on at least 5 days a week in 1989. That's dropped to 12%. So a fall of a third in just around 15 years.
And I guess not surprisingly at all, big changes on the technology front. Phones, televisions, all that kind of thing, computers.
Absolutely. The way we communicate comes up strongly in this study. Back in 1971, let's have a look at the figures, just 42% of homes had telephones. That's shot up. Almost 100% now have either mobiles or landlines. And on top of that, of course, 80% of households now have computers. So you can see in just 4 decades there have been some really quite dramatic changes.
Sophie, thank you very much. Now, scientists